Hey guys, what's going on? It's Blayde again from Car Audio Security, and today we're looking at the JL Audio Basswedge, also known as the CP112 W0 V3. So guys, yes, this is the JL Audio Basswedge. This is JL Audio's entry-level 12-inch subwoofer with a custom-made enclosure. So Basswedge is their trademark name for the product, and basically it's because it's a slot port at the bottom of the box and it's a wedge shape. Now, this is a fantastic entry-level subwoofer, but for someone that wants high quality bass. So this is not going to be breaking the bank, but it's probably the best entry-level subwoofer out there at the moment. This is available in a 12-inch and a 10-inch option. So this, what we're looking at today, is the 12-inch, and the 10-inch is essentially just a slightly smaller version. These are rated at 300 watts RMS power and can play all day long at that power and have some seriously good output and good quality. So looking at the overall construction of the enclosure, it's very, very well made. You've got the grey carpet wrapped around the whole thing and JL Audio stamped almost everywhere. So you've got JL Audio at the top here, as you can see, in white stitching. And as I said earlier, you've got the slot ported bass wedge down the bottom here. The sub in the center of the box, as I've said, that's a 12-inch sub. And you've also got on this side, you've got the terminals. Now these are spring-loaded terminals, not your usual twist down ones. So all you do to put the speaker cable into it is push the terminal down, put the cable in and let it go. So it's nice and easy to put in and out of vehicles if you need to. Just pushing down the terminals is a lot easier. So it's also designed not only to sit in the car like this, facing your boot lid, you can also actually turn it and fire it downwards. So this is if you needed a little bit of extra space. You've got a very high boot, but not a very deep boot. You wanted to push this right to the back, and the bass still flows from this end and from the back as well. It gives you a little bit more room to the top. But to be honest, most of the time, you're just gonna have it this way. Now this enclosure is very versatile, and you can put this into many different types of vehicles. You can have it in an SUV, a saloon car, in an estate car, but these work very, very well in like a small hatchback. And funnily enough, we have one downstairs that we can actually put this in and test it. So let's go do that. Right, so we've got it going into the old EP3 shop project car. Who remembers this? Now, for a big 12-inch sub, it's not actually that heavy, to be honest. If you're kind of weight conscious, it's not too bad. So, chuck it in the boot. Now, one thing I will say about this particular car, it's probably the worst for like a wedge style box like this, because I don't know if you can see the back of the boot's kind of sloped up at the back because there's the cross brace there. That's why it's not pushed all the way back. Obviously connecting it, as I said, they're push down terminals, so it's very nice and easy to connect. All you do, you just twist up your speaker cables, and then you've got your blue as your positive and your brown as your negative, so make sure you get that right around. So you push down, push the speaker cable in, and let it go, and then it's tight. Push down, push the speaker cable in, and it's in. So that can't come out. Once you've pushed it back, you're basically ready to go. Now, obviously you do need an amp for this. This is just a sub enclosure. Under the floor in this car, we've got a Pioneer GMD 8701. This is going to be powering this perfectly. It's 300 watts RMS at 4 ohm. This is a 4 ohm enclosure. So all you do is just connect your speaker cable up. Your amplifier will detect that it's a 4 ohm load and give you 300 watts RMS on this particular amp, that is. So I think it's about time we had a listen to it. So we'll close the boot and get the bass bumping. Right, so what we'll do is we're going to be playing through the JVC 875 head unit that's fitted in the vehicle, playing wirelessly at the moment. I'm going to play a couple of test tones, so different frequencies. So we'll start with 40 Hertz, which is usually a good starting point for a sub, kind of determine the kind of maximum output that you'll get. Let's play it and we'll slowly turn up the volume. So it's on 10 now. I can definitely feel it already. That's 20. That's 25. That's plenty. We would drop it down lower. Oh yeah. Feel it in your chest. 35 Hertz. 32 Hertz, you can still feel it. 30 hertz, starting to drop off a little bit now. 28 hertz, it's kind of deteriorating. So pretty good in the low frequency response. Obviously this is not a high output sub, so this is only 300 watts, remember. So 30 hertz to get down that low and still feel it in your chest, it's pretty good for this kind of entry level equipment. So if I put this up to say 50 hertz, this is more feel it in your neck kind of bass. Oh yeah. Got some rattles there. But yeah, to be honest, I've been selling these subs a long time. I can always rely on them. They're a fantastic subwoofer. Any car that I put these in, especially small hatchbacks like this car, I know they're going to perform really well off any amplifier, but as long as they're getting good power, good clean power off of a good head unit, you know you can rely on them, and you know they're going to last a long time and give you fantastic bass. Right guys, so that pretty much sums up the video. Now to reiterate, this is the JL Audio CP112 W0V3. Now essentially it's the JL Audio W0 range of sub in the pre-made JL Audio enclosure, the Basswedge. As I've said, fantastic entry-level sub. I can always rely on these subs. They're always going to last long as you don't overpower them. They're a really, really good sub. Now, if you want to get your hands on one of these, there'll be links in the description to our website, caraudioSecurity.com, with all the up-to-date pricing. That's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe as always. And I'll see you in the next video where we'll be banging some more bass.